Hello and welcome to a special bonus episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. This is an ongoing bonus series where we take a look at the shows from the past. On this episode, we are going to the world of the future as we take a look at the Jetsons. And if you are enjoying these episodes, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this bonus episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we're covering The Jetsons. This series was created by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. It aired from September 23rd, 1962 to March 17th of 1963. And then it was retooled and re-released on September 12th, 1985 until November 12th of 1987. The production companies were Hanna-Barbera Productions, and it aired on ABC with a total number of 75 episodes. So let's take a look at the backstory. So the first season of the show was written and produced by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. When Warner Brothers closed their animation studio in 1961, several of the animators would come to work at Hanna-Barbera, which would make the show possible. The show first aired on prime time on ABC, and it was a flop with negative reviews. After the show was canceled, reruns of the series would air on CBS in 1963 and then on NBC from 1964 to 1967. This proved to be a success, and NBC would order 41 new episodes to schedule in 1971. As well, in 1984, Hanna-Barbera would produce new episodes for syndication and would air in 80 different markets in the US. The original theme song of the show was composed by Holly Curtin and would become a pop hit in 1986. So in terms of the cast, we have George O'Hanlon, who voices George Jetson, Penny Singleton, who voices Jane Jetson, Dawes Butler voices Elroy Jetson, Janet Waldo provides the voice of Judy Jetson, Don Messick provides the voice of Astro, Jean Vanderpyle provides the voice of Rosie, Mel Blanc provides the voice of Cosmos Spacely, and Frank Welker provides the voice of Orbity. In terms of the plot of the show is set in the future. A misunderstood family goes on a countless wild adventures while they have trouble and get themselves into mischief and difficult situations. They have to work together from time to time to get themselves out of trouble and try and live a fine family life. The Jetsons are a family living in the future, and they have all manner of technical appliances to help around the house. George Jetson works for the Spacely Rockets, doing the best for his family. So this show was incredibly popular in the 80s, and it's kind of sparked a revolution of the Jetsons and their popularity. So in 1974, it was proposed that a sequel series would be developed, and it would feature the characters 10 years after the original series. This ultimately was abandoned, and it was retooled to create the cartoon series Partridge Family 2200 AD. There have been several attempts to make a live-action Jetsons feature film. In 1985, Paramount Pictures attempted to do it, but eventually abandoned the project. In the late 1980s, Universal would attempt to make a live-action movie, but they decided to later retool it to become The Jetsons the Movie, which is an animated feature film. In November of 2001, another attempt was made with Rob Minkoff as the director. The script was reworked in March of 2003 with Adam Shankman now attached to direct. And then in May of 2006, it was announced that the script was going under another rewrite. And then in May of 2007, it was announced that Robert Rodriguez was announced to direct the film as a co-producer, as well as a co-production of both Warner Brothers and Universal Pictures. Ultimately, nothing came about of this, and it still remains in development to this day. January 23rd of 2015, it was announced that Warner Brothers was planning a new animated version of the film directed by Conrad Vernon. And on August 17th of 2007, ABC ordered a pilot for a live-action sitcom version of The Jetsons produced by Robert Zemeckis. Again, as of this recording, none of these have actually made it to air. However, they have made other appearances in other aspects of both media and film. There have been many TV specials including the Jetsons, and some of these include The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones, Rockin' with Judy Jetson, and The Jetsons and WWE Robo WrestleMania. The Jetsons would appear in a ride for Universal Studios Florida called The Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera. They would also appear in commercials for Electrosol, Tums, Radio Shack, and MetLife. They would also appear in educational films, The Jetsons, Geometric Jetson, Down to Earth Nutrition, and Learning About Work with the Jetsons. The characters would also appear in comic books. They would appear in Gold Key Comics, Archie Comics, and Harvey Comics. As well as there have been several video games featuring the Jetsons on systems including the Nintendo, Game Boy, and Super Nintendo, along with the computer system. So some memories of the show. I really liked the show. However, I kind of felt that this was a kind of the Flintstones copy of a copy of a copy. It was basically the Flintstones set in the future. So I didn't enjoy it as much as the Flintstones because I thought a lot of the storylines were very repetitive. However, rewatching it for research of this video, I found that it is entertaining. A lot of the jokes are very funny, and it's a lot of there's some adult humor in it too. So it is enjoyable. I just think the Flintstones are like one notch above them. So thank you so much for joining us on this special bonus episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to please leave a comment below on what they think of the Jetsons. So as we look forward to our next bonus episode, we are going to be taking a look at a Canadian favorite when we look at today's special. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.